Okay, so today I'm going to give you guys my review of the New York Liberty and Phoenix Mercury game. So starting off with the New York Liberty side, Sabrina Ionescu finishes with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 23.1% field goal percentage, 3 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 8 from the 3, 2 of 6 free throws, 1 turnover, and 28.8% true shooting. I fear it may be time to have a conversation about Sabrina and our performances as of late. To be honest with you guys, I really don't feel like Sabrina has had a solid performance since really the beginning of August, the Connecticut Sun game. And I mean, again, that's against the Connecticut Sun. It's just been so many performances where it's like 7 of 18, 6 of 18 type stuff. And it's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. You got to meet the moment. Last game, it wasn't good. And today, it wasn't good. You got to come harder than this. You got to come harder than this. And she just didn't. It was miss after miss after miss. And it pains me. I like to watch Sabrina play. I really do. You gotta perform better. That's all I can say. Now we look at Jonquel Jones. She finishes 22 minutes, 7 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 block, 33% from the floor, 3 of 9, 1 of 3 from the 3. No free throws, 2 turnovers, and 38.9% true shooting percentage. Yeah, Jonquel Jones also did not play well and just, again, missing some shots and just not giving effort like I would like to see. She had some good stuff. I mean, I went over some of her good stats today. It's just the same thing with Jonquel Jones. Just not giving enough effort, not making the right plays at the right time. And it wasn't good to watch, let's put it that way. So you guys know how I feel about Jonquel Jones, so I'm not going to get into that today. I look at everyone else for New York Liberty, okay? So Emma Miesemann, 18 minutes, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 44% from the floor. I thought Emma had some good stuff in her time. There were some shots that she took that didn't go in, but I wasn't necessarily against those shots. Like, I thought that they were good shots, they just didn't go in. But, I mean, to play 18 minutes and have the stat line, I think that she had some good stuff today. Natasha Cloud, 28 minutes, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 40% from the floor. Last game, she had a good game, and today, she just didn't play well. Like I say, I just don't like how she leads the offense, her shot selection. She might have had a good defensive possession or two, but she got cooked by Kalia Copper so many times in this game, bro. She couldn't really guard her for the most part, okay? I think she might have had 1 or 2 things in her, but Natasha Cloud didn't move me. You look at Izzy, 7 minutes, 4 points, I think 2 rebounds, 100%. That's not bad for the time. Should have played more minutes, I feel. Stewie, 20 minutes, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 33% from the floor. It's not a great stat line for Stewie, but you have to have the context of her getting injured in the last game. And she still went and she gave it everything that she had. She's really, really trying. Shots just didn't go in. She has the heart of a champion. She really wanted to play. So I just appreciate her for trying. I really appreciate her for trying. That's all I can say about Stewie, okay? And then you see Phoebich, 23 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, I think 1 steal. It's not great. It's not great. I move on. Then we look at Niara Sabli, 7 minutes, 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 0% from the floor. You would like to see, some more points. Again, I don't know why she didn't play more. Rebecca Gardner, 13 minutes, 3 points, 1 rebound, 50% from the floor. It's not terrible. Marine, 10 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 0% from the field. KB, 16 minutes, 6 points, 1 rebound, 40%. And then Talbot, 9 minutes, and then 0 stats. A Talbot stat line. So you see that. Before I move on to the next section, here's some tweets that stood out. It has Sabrina's stats in the 2 playoff games versus the Mercury. 12.5 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, 5 assists per game on 28, 20, and 42 shooting splits and 36% true shooting. Who's she feeling like, Grace Berger? I can't have it, respectfully. This one really sent me by my mutual. It said, Kathy really got Sabrina husband held hostage in a warehouse forcing us to go to game 3. This was funny, I'm sorry. This one, Sandy wants them to lose this game so they can be the underdog. It's her down under strategy exactly because she Australian. This one, when you see Kalani come off the bench, just know the game is over. This one was really funny to me. And now we go into advanced stats for today's game, okay? First quarter, even, 25-25. Second quarter, 26-12. So a huge quarter for the Mercury. The third quarter, 18-10. And then the fourth quarter, 17-13. So that second quarter, that's really whenever the momentum shifted. And the Mercury, I just think it's really interesting with the first 2 games. How, New York had the advantage and stuff in that last series, and they really got it together with an away game, and same thing with Phoenix, okay? I got a lot of thoughts on this game for New York and Phoenix, so I will save those for those sections later in the video. And here are the biggest leads. 31 by the Mercury in the fourth, and I think 6 for the Liberty in the first quarter. Now we look at runs. So Mercury with a 37-12 run in the first and the second, a 10-2 run in the third, and a 19-6 run in the third. Best player streak, Satu Sabli with 7. It's a Satu Sabli special, and Emma Miesemann with 7 as well, okay? We look at the advanced metrics, so head-to-head, for the Mercury, 34-71, 47.9% from the field, and then for the New York Liberty, 19-63, 30.2%. Okay, you look at the three, 7-24, which is terrible, 29.2%, and for the Liberty, ultimately 6-26, 23.1%. So terrible from the three for both teams. Free throws, 11-12 for the Mercury, and 16-25 for New York. You got to knock those down, but they lost and they got blown out, so it doesn't really matter. Turnovers, 15-9, rebounds, 47-44. So it's interesting that they out-rebounded, but Phoenix got way more possessions. And then you look at assists, 22-14, blocks 2-4, defensive rebounds 31-27, offensive rebounds 8-9. So that's what it is. And points off turnovers, we have 25-7. So I mean, that's huge. We continue on. Points in the paint, 38-22, fast break points 20-2, which is insane. Second chance points 6-15, steals 10-5, and personal fouls 17-14. So now I really got to talk about why New York lost this game, and it's for a variety of reasons, okay? Number one, I think that they just played flat. They didn't have enough energy throughout the game, okay? The first quarter, it was tied. I thought, okay, this is going to be a close game like the first game. The second quarter, that's when you saw a lot of the turnovers, a lot of bad shot selection, and I think they only had like one person in double figures, which was Emma, like maybe two people at most. It was just bad shot selection over and over and over again, and too many threes. I thought you got to get in the paint more. So those are things that I didn't necessarily love. Got to capitalize on the free throws. And yeah, after, like, they just started playing flat. They didn't play with enough energy. I thought that they were very lazy defensively. Multiple times there was a play where they literally let AT go and hit the layup right on them as well, getting lost on defense. It was just very lazy. And I think that this was shameful by the New York Liberty. This is a game on your home court. You're supposed to have that advantage, and they didn't play to that, you know. And then, like I said, you already have Stewie coming back from this injury, giving it everything that she's got, and she's really trying, okay? And yet, it's like they didn't care to play for her. Like, that's the very least that you can do, and that's the very least that you can do for your fans. They turn over the basketball a lot. Sabrina didn't play well. Jonquil didn't play well. Like, pretty much everybody played terribly. So it was just terrible. It was just terrible to watch. It was very disorganized. It was very dysfunctional offensively, defensively, a lot of possessions that ended in nothing, and it was bad for the New York Liberty. This is incredibly embarrassing for this team, okay? And it's been hours since this game concluded, so I feel like I'm kind of more, I guess, chill about it. But seeing it in real time, you know, that's shameful. And then I think Sandy Brondello's coaching and rotations have to come to effect as well, because it's multiple times where I'm just thinking, okay, why isn't Izzy playing more minutes? Why isn't Niara playing more minutes? And this is just not a winning formula for a team in the playoffs. You need to use your bench. When you're over fatiguing your starters, that's not a good outcome, number one. And then the starters didn't play well on top of that. You need to get them some rest, especially early on. I don't even think Sabrina rested until some point in the second quarter. I'm pretty sure she played the whole first quarter, at least a lot of it. And so whenever you over fatigue your starters and they're not playing well, whenever you don't utilize your bench enough, whenever you don't take timeouts in the appropriate manners, and all those things, and seeing how the offense was run, it was just bad. It was just bad second quarter onward, and Phoenix just really took advantage. They turned them over, they put a lot of pressure on them, making bad mistakes, and they really maximized the possessions. You could tell Phoenix was embarrassed after they sold the last game. They responded. The New York Liberty, this is dreadful, only 19 shots made in a basketball game. You can't win that way. We'll see how they respond in game 3, but it's moments like this when I said that, you know, it's why I said I don't have New York going to the finals. You have to play with that for the full game. You have to play with that intensity, and you have to give it your all, and I just don't feel like they did it as a team. I feel like at a certain point, they gave up. I really do. And Sandy choosing to put in her bench in the fourth quarter is a problem. Her not being able to make tangible game adjustments is a problem. Her timeouts, all those other things. I agree that I think Sandy needs to be fired. You know, I feel like it's giving they lost respect for her, and she's not helping this team. She's not helping this team, okay? And so that's one piece of the pie, and the team has to show it, because this performance in general is dreadful. You have to perform better for this. It's the playoffs, you know? So I think those are kind of my 2 cents in terms of why the Liberty lost. I didn't expect them to get blown out like this, and it's very shameful. So let me know what you guys think down below on the Liberty side, but now we go over to Phoenix. Now we look at the Phoenix Mercury side, okay? We start off with AT. So she played 26 minutes. She gave you 15 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 46.2% field goal percentage, 6 of 13 from the floor, no threes. I don't know why she attempted that. She can't take threes. Her shoulders are torn, and she wants us to stop talking about it. They've been torn for 7 years. We continue. 1 turnover, and she had 52.4% true shooting percentage. Yeah, this is the kind of performance that we needed from AT. You know, a near trip dub, that is just what AT does, okay? I think she had the same amount of points last game, but the efficiency was absolutely terrible, okay, and missing easy shots that she would make. Today, she played how she typically plays. Like, she's a physical player. She'll body her way to the basket. She had some nice mid-range moments as well. She's able to do great at facilitating the basketball, getting those rebounds, playing defense. AT just played her game, and she played her game well, okay? I think there was at least one play that was an offensive foul, so you have that. And there was this one moment where Sabrina tried to set us, I think she was trying to take a hit from AT, whatever it's called, a charge. I think she was trying to take that, and that didn't get called. But yeah, I thought that there was one moment it should have been called an offensive foul on AT. But AT responded. AT responded in a big way, so yeah, this was good, because last game, it was terrible for AT. We look on to Kalia Copper. So she finishes with 14 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steal, 1 block, 55.6% field goal percentage, 5 and 9 from the floor, no threes, 4 free throws made, no turnovers, and 65.1% true shooting. Like I was kind of saying earlier, Natasha Cloud could not guard her this game, okay? She could not guard her this game, okay? She got so many shots on her, and so yeah, there was that. I appreciate what she brings to the defensive side as well, but she's somebody who can hit the three. She's somebody who can drive to the basket and get those tough and ones. And just seeing Kalia Copper play her game is one of my favorite things. Kalia Copper is one of my favorite shooting guards, one of my favorite 3-and-D players. She kind of alternates between those two positions, but Kalia Copper showed up and she did what she needed to do today. Most of these, I think, were in the first half, but yeah, she's been their most consistent player, I'd say. So good things for Kalia Copper. You look at Satu Sabali, so she finishes with 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 45.5% field goal percentage, 5 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the 3 free throws, 2 turnovers, and 68.9% true shooting. Yeah, Satu needed this bounce back game. To those who missed the last game, Satu went 2 of 17 from the floor, okay? That is literally one of the worst performances that I've ever seen, and not only that, is one of the worst playoff performances of all time, and that joins herself in the list because she also had a performance where she went 2 of 15 from the field. So it was terrible. It was unacceptable. She shouldn't have taken that many shots, and I don't know if you guys have seen Cheryl Swoop's take on it on that one podcast, and that was funny. You guys should check that out. But the point is, she showed up today and she performed. And what I liked from Satu today was that she was driving to the basket and she was getting those shots to go. She hit some threes as well. I mean, this is not a bad stat line. This is not a bad stat line for Satu. So she responded, and she responded in a meaningful way. Okay, so, there's that. And after the last game, Nate Tibbetts was talking about, oh, she's not trying to miss. Well, no fucking shit, she's not trying to miss. And did, but today she responds. So it's a good game for Satu. It's a Satu Sabali special. We look at DeWanna Bonner, DB. So she finishes with 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 66.7, a 6-7 field goal percentage, 6 and 9 from the floor, 1 and 2 from the 3, 1 and 2 free throws, no turnovers, and 70.9% true shooting percentage. Yeah, DeWanna Bonner has been really good off the bench for Phoenix, okay? And I feel she's either really good or she's really bad. And today she was really good, okay? The last game, I felt like AT should have kicked the shot out to her at the very end because she was open for the 3 and she was really efficient the last game, and she continues to do more of the same, in this last game. So just doing what she needs to do, getting those shots at the rim. AT looking for her. I believe she had a nice assist to AT as well, having 2 steals, having a 3. She's a difference maker. I think she's their best player off the bench for sure. I kind of don't understand why she does not start for this team, and so you guys can let me know down below. My friends are kind of giving me some theories on that, but DeWanna Bonner has been solid yet again. And we look on to everyone else for Phoenix Mercury. So we see Westbeld, 19 minutes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 66% from the floor. There was this big 3 that she hit. I remember that. Sammy Wickham, 23 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steal, 14% from the floor. That's a terrible performance objectively for 23 minutes. And you look at Natasha Mack, 17 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds, I think 1 assist, 60% from the floor. You would like to see more for the time. And then we look on Ako Makani, 20 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 42%. You would like to see more for the time. Lacosta, 5 minutes, 3 points, 1 rebound, 50% from the floor. It ain't bad. Kalani Brown, 3 minutes, 1 rebound. Williams, 3 minutes and no stats. And Held, 5 minutes and 1 rebound. So you see that. But why did the Phoenix Mercury end up winning this game? Because they responded, okay? The last game, they choked. They sold in overtime. AT choked. Satu, we already kind of went over that as well. It was just a bad game for the Phoenix Mercury, and they did something about it today. They played a physical game. I will say that the referees, they should have called this game better. Whenever you don't call the physicality, that is how people get hurt, okay? I don't like to see those things. That is not what basketball is about, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And so the referees certainly could have been better, but they knew that they weren't going to call it, so they just played a physical way. They bodied their way in the paint. They got their shots to going. They saw the Liberty being lazy on defense, and they were able to get some layups in the paint. They were able to get some good assists. I think that They just played a better game. They were able to have less turnovers as well. I mean, they turned over to Liberty a lot in the first game, 21 turnovers, and yet they still lost the game because they sold in crucial moments. So today they took it to their hands. They said, we're not losing this game, and they won in a pretty dominant fashion. You know, starters did what they needed to do. You got multiple people in double figures, so you got that as well. Better coaching and rotations from Nate Tibbetts. I mean, they don't really have much of a bench, but they're able to make it work with what they do have for their bench. Their starters all contributed in a meaningful way, and they just delivered. They just delivered. Like I said, I really did not expect a blowout in this fashion, but with New York playing the way that they played, very lazy, you know, that was exploited. They forced them into a lot of turnovers and stuff. They played better defense, and Sandy and all those other things as discussed. Let me know what you guys think of this game below. And, you know, what were your favorite plays? What were plays that you didn't like and all those other things? And I will see you guys in the review for Game 3 of this series. I definitely think that this is probably the most interesting series of this entire batch, you know. Minnesota just ended up sweeping in the series, which was expected. The Seattle and Aces series, I might check out the last game. I saw part of the last game, and I'm not tapped into the Indy series. So I think that this is the most interesting one, just because it's like a 5th seed versus a 4th seed. But I digress. Let me know what you think below.